This right here is racism personified into a feline. NekoArc. Most people have seen her or like a clip of her, but many don't know much about what it is or what it has caused to the world. And what if I told you that this ungodly creation led to the saving of a tourist town's economy, and not just that, but also the creating and expansion of one of Japan's biggest economies? Don't believe me? Good, because I lied. Well, not really, depends on what you choose to believe, but in reality, she was kind of like a snowball, or like a domino, and if it wasn't for NekoArc pushing it over the edge, nothing would have happened. Now, you might think that this is recent because her popularity is skyrocketing in like late 2021, or her popularity having something to do with this, but what I'm going to explain begins almost 2 decades ago. Tsukihime, or as Google likes to say, Tsukihime, is a visual novel made for PC in late 2000. Only real important thing right now is that there's a character named Arcwood, which is a vampire princess thing, and whenever you would get a bad ending, a character named Seal and sometimes a cat version of Arcwood would come up. NekoArc. And something that's also important later is that the same people who made Tsukishime Type Moon also made Fate Stay Night. You know, like the game with Saber, I'm pretty sure it's like the first game. I don't know my Fate lore, so I don't really know what I'm saying. But the real creation wasn't NekoArc, it was actually a Good Smile company. It was made around this time, and it was made for marketing events while also being a talent company for like idols or important people. And one of the first talents represented was Max Watanabe. Good Smile helped him in this work, which was figure creation, and you can see how this all ties up. They didn't really have any specialized sculptors, but after time they were able to make figures. Soon, with their knowledge, they were able to produce their own figures, which included Type Moon stuff and other things, which weren't really successful. Now, license agreements can be kept secret, and honestly, it's very hard getting info because it's fucking 2005, and this is the earliest the official site will let me look, but take this with a grain of salt. They probably got the licensing from Max, but I don't really know because I'm not a specialist in licensing. I'm literally making a video about NekoArc, and speaking of NekoArc, one day in 2006, for a convention, NekoArc is made. Well, NekoArc was the first figure in a very important line. It was the Nendroid line. And if you don't know, Nendroids are very popular. So popular that I could go to the fucking mall and I could see it, like a bunch of them. Rise, my creation. Soon, figures would spread around the world like a virus, said the owner. And wait, when did he say that? Oh, 2020. Now, it's hard to get precise info, but it's really easy to compare something to the Nendroids. Good Smile made a line called Yorosofubi, and it wasn't really that successful. And they were making this line with monsters as well as normal figures. But soon after NekoArc was made, the Nendroids completely replaced them, so they're making both normal figures and Nendroids. And then for 2006, almost every 2 months, they made a new Nendroid, which was way more than they had made of the Yoro line. So they basically completely stopped with this line after releasing NekoArc. The NekoArc figure sold well enough that they made a second NekoArc figure, and that also sold well, so then they brought in Saber with their connections with Type Moon. She appeared again, and you get the picture. She was popular and helped with it. I know I keep on mentioning the Yoro line, and I'm probably mispronouncing it, but I'm mentioning it a lot because it was sold badly, like so bad that they just stopped making the line. And obviously, the Nendroids had to sell decently well for them to keep on bringing them back. So this leads me to the dominoes. You can argue if NekoArc really kickstarted the Nendroid line because, they didn't really sell 1 million figurines until 2009. But for the sake of this video and humor, let's just say using the info I have, NekoArc was the hand that started this domino chain because they wouldn't continue the line if it at least wasn't partially successful. There's even multiple sources showing the mayor praising the company for bringing in more tourists, with them even getting multiple collabs like with Konami because they hold concerts there. They have other things like a museum of figurines, and even a Detective Conan airport in the prefecture. It's funny because their prefecture is actually the least most populated prefecture, well, according to Wikipedia, and the old mayor of the town say that because of the company, they've had increased tourism in not just the town, but also the prefecture. And if you think that NekoArc being one of the stepping stones for a fucking airport even being thought of in the area, that's just in the city. The creator of Good Smile said in an interview with Crunchyroll that buying figurines was seen as perverted and that the markets weren't really as popular, but since Nendroids were so small and casual, they became popular, and figures as a whole wasn't really seen as weird. So it would be like perfectly normal for me to have a figure of Black Frost in my freezer. All I really want you to take away from this video is that this all started because of NekoArc. Now, was she the sole reason? No, but I think it was the one who started that ticking time bomb that snowballed into something much much bigger. And I think it's pretty fucking cool. Anyways, see you in a few months. I think I have mental problems after this video.